I had a dream about dark matter. I want to tell you about it. Dark matter are the gravitational field eddies created by objects outside of our observable universe. This is a disorienting statement. Remember, there is a larger universe within which our universe appears as a black hole. Within this larger universe, there are other black holes, stars, galaxies, planets, comets, all moving about, creating gravitational fields and gravitational waves. Those fields and waves traverse the event horizon of our black hole universe and are experienced inside. While these eddies are quite small in the larger universe, within our black hole universe, they are very large. For you to understand and believe what I'm telling you, there's two things I must convince you of. First is the scale of the change of perspective. Within the larger universe, our black hole universe is relatively small. It may be millimeters, inches, miles, but whatever size it is in the larger universe, it is so much smaller compared to the size our universe appears from the inside. From the inside, our universe appears approximately 45 billion light years across. Now, the scale of this change from outside perspective to inside perspective is also carried across in terms of the intensity of the gravitational fields and waves. So what would be what would be a very small eddy in the larger universe would be much, much larger in our universe. How much larger could a very small eddy appear within our universe when magnified to the size of a 45 billion light year across body? Well, it would be large enough to provide a basin to foster the growth of a galaxy. The second thing I must convince you of is that space-time fields, which are mediated by gravitons, are not affected by the event horizon of our black hole universe the same way photons are. To make this more clear, I'm going to speak with analogies. Take the photon. The photon is a particle that mediates the electromagnetic field. The photon has no electric charge, and the photon has no magnetic dipole. The photon is not affected. Rather, its trajectory is not affected by electric or magnetic fields. Analogously, a graviton mediates the space-time field. The graviton itself has no space and has no time. Therefore, the trajectory of a graviton is not altered by space-time fields. Let us return to the photon. The photon mediates the electromagnetic field. While the photon does not have an electric charge or a magnetic dipole, the electron does. And when an electron traverses an electromagnetic field, its course is altered. Returning to the graviton. A graviton mediates the space-time field, but has no space or time itself. But a photon does have space and time. Therefore, when a photon traverses a space-time field, its course is altered. That is why photons do not escape event horizons, but gravitons do. Do you understand? Thank you for following me through my dream. Now I'm going to share some math with you and some details to clarify the concepts. First, what is dark matter? Dark matter is a proposed explanation for an observed phenomenon. The observed phenomenon is that there is more gravity within our universe than can be explained by the matter within our universe. We know the relationship between matter and gravity, meaning how much gravity each quantum of matter creates. And with this relationship known, we can calculate and see by the motion of galaxies that there is more gravity than can be explained by the matter we observe. So, the conventional explanation is that there must be a form of matter which produces a gravitational field and yet doesn't interact with the electromagnetic field and cannot be observed by any means that we currently possess. I don't believe that. What I believe is that our universe is a black hole within a larger universe. And what we observe within our universe as additional gravity, that source of that additional gravity is bodies such as galaxies, stars, planets, and other black holes within the larger universe, but beyond the event horizon of our black hole universe. Picture our universe as a black hole floating in space. It is in a non-accelerating reference frame because it is in space and is able to follow the curvature of space and time in that larger universe. That's why there is no bias to the cosmic microwave background that we can detect. But within this relative stillness, there are still very small wisps within the gravitational field produced by the movement of these bodies outside of our black hole universe. And these small wisps would be all but indetectable except for the rescaling which occurs within our black hole universe when the event horizon closes. What do I mean by this? Within the larger universe, our black hole universe appears relatively small, let us say a centimeter. This is the perspective from the outside of the event horizon. But if you travel inside the event horizon, to where we are now, the diameter is much, much larger, on the order of 9 times 10 to the 22, 26, I forget, meters. And so these small wisps of gravitational field alteration which traverse our black hole are magnified 10 to the 26 times. Again, this is the difference in space-time perspective from inside our black hole universe versus outside. From outside, we appear very small. From inside, we appear vast. This is a rescaling, and this allows very subtle gravitational field eddies to appear as vast wells and webs of gravity within our black hole universe. So much more dreaming. I half apologize. I will give you a small amount of math now. Cosmic inflation, this is how the rescaling occurs. This is generally accepted, that immediately after the Big Bang, in that first fraction of a second, essentially, to our perspective, instantaneously, there was a rescaling of space and time on the order of 10 to the 26th. Space and time themselves dilated. I'm telling you, the cosmic inflation is what occurs when an event horizon closes. When an event horizon closes and creates a black hole, the photons beneath the horizon, on the inside, no longer have any correlation with the photons outside. That loss of correlation allows for rescaling. Why the rescaling was 10 to the 26th, I don't know. I will continue to dream. What does this rescaling mean? It is a rescaling of both space and time. This is in keeping with the principles of general relativity. So from the inside perspective, both space and time go through a 10 to the 26th magnification. What would be 1 meter from the outside perspective, on the inside perspective, inside the black hole, it would be 10 to the 26th meters. What would be 1 second by the outside perspective becomes 10 to the 26 seconds by the inside perspective. And here we see the key to relativity. The speed of light from both the inside perspective and the outside perspective is preserved at 3 times 10 to the 8th meters per second. This is so beautiful. thank you for coming here with me for my last dream. The dream I'm about to tell you will be forgotten and re-remembered, reimagined 100,000 times before it comes to pass, if it ever does come to pass. Now, if gravity waves are able to traverse the event horizon, and if there is a rescaling of space and time as I described beneath the event horizon, something amazing becomes possible. Imagine 1 year in the larger universe. Within the period of 1 year in the larger universe, 1 times 10 to the 26th years will occur within that smaller universe. That is much longer than our universe has been in existence. Imagine what sort of beings could develop within a universe given that much time. Would beings, given that much time, find a way to manipulate or move celestial objects such as galaxies and black holes in order to create their own gravitational waves which could traverse the interior of their black hole, exiting into the larger universe, and there received by the beings there? Are you beginning to see what I'm saying? That beings for which time passes 10 to the 26 times faster could communicate with beings which time passes so slowly. Advances within the larger universe would be happening at the usual technologic rate, but the beings within the black hole universe will have been advancing 10 to the 26 times faster. What secrets, rather, what discoveries and truths could they find in that period of time and share? Well, I am an optimist, and I do believe that sharing will be done with goodwill and put to good use.